Okay, Wendy, the recording is in process. Good deal, Wendy. It's 10/16. It is October the 16th. We are rocking and rolling in the free world, which is a
Yep.
good thing. Wendy, how are you doing?
Doing really good. Having a great week. We beat Missouri. I mean, what can be bad on the weeks that we beat people? You know what I mean? Like the worst thing could probably happen and I wouldn't care because we beat Missouri.
We beat Missouri. Really good game at 11 o'clock, Wendy. I do have some important news. You can get this on podcast. My name's Trey Davis. This is my
Yes.
sister, Wendy. It's Fourth and Wendy. Thank you for everybody that's listening. Comments below, do all that. Subscribe. We're up to like
Yeah.
107 subscribers. I mean, we're rocking it out. Wendy, I have some news. If you have not heard or I have not told you, which is the majority of people,
Yeah.
I'm not having a baby, but my wife is having a child. We are
Woo!
having a baby boy at the end of January.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, so we're 3 months out from that. If you're just finding out about this, and we're really good friends, I really apologize. But this is just the way life goes. Everything's great. The baby's good. Destiny's doing great. Everybody's doing great.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if everything works out right, Lord willing, end of January we will have another Davis, and I think we're going with William, but that is TBD.
Trey, it better not be TBD because if people are getting stuff embroidered, it better be William, or you're gonna have a bunch of stuff with the name William on it. So
Okay.
TBD, you better have it figured out the next month at least. But this is,
Now,
listen, exciting news. We're so excited for you, Trey. It's such a children are such blessings. It doesn't matter how they get here. They are such blessings. We're so excited. And congratulations, Trey. We're pumped.
thank you, thank you. It's a lot of probably like a lot of other things in my life. I don't know what to expect. I'm just like, let's do this.
Yeah. So
The only
I will
say
say
that
this, and I know you want to move on because that's just how you are today, but I'm going to say this. When people tell you it goes fast, it goes fast. I didn't believe anybody. My daughter's 19 years old, almost 20. My son's 17, almost 18. And it went like that. So when I tell you the biggest piece of advice is it goes a lot faster than you think. So
yeah. Well, we're excited. I think what I'm resting on is there's been like roughly 110 billion humans born.
yeah,
I mean, we can do this.
we can do this.
The
Yes.
baby's gonna be fine.
Mhm.
Everything's gonna work out. All right, here we go, Winnie. Let's rock and roll, Winnie. We get into last week. I've got a bunch of stuff written down. As per usual, today is Owen, 7-year-old's birthday party, which we're having here in like 2 hours. There's a group out here blowing up a jungle gym thing that you blow up. So we're gonna have about 20 kids, however many people show up, and I don't know about everybody else out there, but I have a lot of anxiety
Yeah,
when things
you
like
do.
this come up. Now, once everybody gets here, everything will be fine. Wendy,
Yeah.
all right, we're having a baby in January. Got that. Florida loses to A&M. Oklahoma, who we thought was going to be somebody. Texas beats Oklahoma last weekend. Everybody picked Oklahoma. Nobody
Yeah.
gave Texas a chance. Texas lays it on them thick, 23
Well,
to 6.
Well, let me tell you what happened here. So this quarterback that everybody's hyped up all year for Oklahoma, right? Has been out, injured, whatever, cast on his hand. I don't know what his injury is, but I think it has something to do with a hand. But anyway, this guy's not played. So you throw him into theoretically the biggest game of the year for them, the rival, all that. And you just expect him to come out throwing like a professional athlete. I from the jump was like, I'd keep the backup in, the guy that's been playing and kept you undefeated all year long. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, Oklahoma's quarterback, yep, he's all this, that, and the other. I'm sure he will be, but he got in there, and I just think he looked bad. I mean, Texas did some things right, but I just think Oklahoma played really bad. Oklahoma beat themselves on Saturday, in my personal opinion.
Well, you have to keep in mind Texas has good players. I mean, Texas has 36 5-star players. I mean,
Yeah,
these guys aren't just the walking wounded, Wendy. And I agree with you. Texas, as we said last week, may have found their identity. Sometimes all it takes is a little win like this to kick it off. Texas looking to bowl down the street. Wendy, Alabama, Missouri. And I don't have these in any order. I mean, we probably
right,
should put these in better order. This is what I wrote down this morning at 6 o'clock when I was trying to figure out how many drinks to get.
right.
Alabama beats Missouri 27 to 24. Wendy, Jam Miller gets hurt.
Yeah.
Once again, Ty Simpson made some incredible throws. Defense looked good. Another couple of takeaways. Wendy, I thought the game was a good game. Going into the game, we knew Missouri was a good team. I think Alabama's a good team too. Missouri's quarterback to me is not that great.
Right.
But Alabama came out and did what they needed to do. I think a big turning point for me was about 4 or 5 minutes to go in the first half. We stopped them, and I think we're up 17-7 at that point. We stop them. We get the ball back at midfield with 3 or 4 minutes to go in the half, and we go 3 and out.
Right.
And we punt the ball back to them. They break a long run. Missouri breaks a long run and kicks a field goal. Really changed the flow of the game. And then obviously coming out of halftime, Ty Simpson fumbles the football. They score a play later, and it's 17-17.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that always comes to my mind, Wendy, and I want to hear how you kind of view the game and what you thought. These guys go out and hit. I mean, it's like I'm sitting in a chair. Like I'm sitting back in a chair drinking a water, eating some chips, and these guys are busting each other up. Real physical football game, Wendy, but Alabama held on late. Wendy, what's up?
So listen, all in all, I think we had a pretty decent game. I'm with you. Ty Simpson made the plays when he needed to make the plays, right? And that's all we can ask for in a quarterback. But our offensive line, in my opinion, didn't do a great job throughout the entire game of protecting Ty Simpson. I mean, he was really having to scramble a little bit more than what we've had to see.
Hey, hold on one second. Hold on, Wendy. Okay. Hey, babe. Babe, yeah. I'm doing this pod real quick. You're good. You're good. But if whatever you say is going to be live. Okay. All right, go ahead.
So, I mean, I wasn't like that impressed with our offensive line. I just felt like they were really putting a lot of pressure on. And I give Missouri's defense credit for that. They've got a great defense, right? But it just felt like this week they weren't really giving it their all. I'm sure they were. Big takeaways from that game, though, was we shut down their running back. I don't know his name. Trey, you might know his name. We held that guy to, I don't know, ridiculous amounts of low yards. I mean, I think that was key for that game. We had to stop their playmakers, and we did. It pushed their quarterback to having to make some big plays. Now, Missouri was able to get some big plays over the top of us, some long runs, some things like that. But at the end of the day, Alabama, Ty Simpson, Ryan Grubb, we just figure out how to win these games. They're closer than what Alabama fans would like. I think we're just so used to these blowout games. But honestly, nationwide, we're not seeing a bunch of blowout games when it's two teams, good teams, competing against each other. So I think because of NIL and some of that transfer portal, some of that's kind of gone out the window with these just massive blowouts. But let me say this. Missouri is a good football team, but for Alabama to go into their house in that environment, figure out a way to win, that's what we did. Ty Simpson on that 4th and 8, dropped that dime to that receiver, and then we got into another 4th down position for the touchdown. So what I will say is Alabama is going to go for the win. I guess that's what I took away from the game. I don't know how I feel about that. Sometimes I'm like, just punt the ball and hopefully we can get it back. But it looks like the recipe for us is we're going for the win. And that's exactly what we did, and it worked out in our favor. So it was a great game, but offensive line could have done a little bit better for me.
Yeah, and I think I agree with what you said. It's a tough enough game. When I say tough enough game, I mean this is a game you have to be tough to win. And I think there's some Alabama fans, and you sit there and wonder, how tough is our team? We don't look as tough as we used to be. And I'm not trying to slight this team at all.
Right.
We just look a lot different. We don't look as big, and we're winning these games a little bit different. But this was a big time win for Alabama. Yep. It was a be tough. They were tough, and they're out of there with the W, Wendy.
And last thing, sorry, I do need to say this. So all these things like Ryan Williams and Bernard not really, contributing a lot to this game. Listen, some of that's decoy stuff. Like, you don't think that we're in the middle of the season, guys. You don't think these guys know the ball's going to Bernard, know it's going to what, like some of the hitting these younger receivers is helping us right now. You know what I mean? I don't really care what receiver gets it or running back gets it, as long as we score and win. Right? So I'm really glad to see us moving the ball around, and I think that really helps us having such a good receiving core that can all do the same thing. They can all catch the ball when they need to catch the ball. You know what I mean?
Number one, I think Ryan Williams was hurt, and I think the guy, our freshman receiver that got knocked out the third or fourth play of the game, that poor guy, and I say poor guy, I mean, they're out there playing football, but my God, that one, our Alabama receiver just got knocked out. They said Ryan Williams was playing hurt, and he was going to be more of a decoy anyway, is what I heard. And I'll say this about these receivers. You better go in there and produce, because if you're not producing, somebody's coming to get you. It's a lot like life, Wendy. If you ain't going to do it, somebody else will.
That's right.
Get in where you fit in. Wendy, the Georgia-Auburn game comes on late. Alabama's already won. Georgia comes on. Auburn comes on. And Auburn, the jungle is jungling. It's jungling. Auburn can't be stopped. Georgia can't stop Auburn. Auburn has found the whatever you want to call their offense, everything. Then they go for it and on the goal line. And just as Jackson Arnold's crossing that line, Georgia punches it out. And Wendy, what was one of the crazier scenes in college football this year, Georgia ends up winning the football game 20-10. Wendy, your thoughts?
Okay, well, I mean, I'm sitting there watching that first half, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, Trey has called this game. Like, he's absolutely called it. I was wrong. Here comes Hugh Freeze out of the tunnel. I was like, well, there goes my call on that. Like, I'm thinking, Trey, you're about to show up here next week and just be, look, I told you, you know. Here's the thing. Me and you can, and we have discussed ad nauseum this play, and all the people have now come out. We're on Thursday, so everybody knows what the official said was the guy started knocking the ball out before it crossed the goal line. I don't know. Then, if that was the case, it should have been a touchdown for Georgia. So, I mean, you can look at this 100 different ways. But let me tell you the grossest thing about this game. I've never seen more flags thrown in a 5-minute span as I did that game right there at the end. Trey, 1 minute and 22 seconds or 2 minutes took 37 minutes. It was the wildest thing I've ever seen.
That's why I woke up. That's why I woke up. I love pandemonium, and it was pandemonium.
It was pandemonium. And the thing was, I really thought, okay, this is going to piss Auburn off enough, right? For they're going to come back out in the second half, and they're just going to be mad. Well, that is not what happened. I mean, that's just not what happened. And that's where I worry and struggle with Hugh Freeze. So something that I would have taken to the locker room and been like, they're trying to beat us, everybody's against us. I would have just had a whole narrative to get everybody pumped up. They came out only down. They were only down. They were up coming into the second half, weren't they?
Yeah, it was 10-3. It was 10-3 at half.
Okay. So my point, but you see what I'm saying? That's my point. Like, there's things that can happen. Now, we know that Gerby's going to second half adjust, and they did. That's exactly what he did. But I don't know. Then you've got the timeout to burst the clap. I mean, Trey, it was a crazy game. It was the craziest game I've seen in a while.
Here's the point. It's like you're just thinking a clean football game. And Wendy, when this stuff goes downhill, it is like a snowball. And these poor refs, they're having to review a catch on the sideline. They're reviewing targeting. They're reviewing whether somebody called a timeout or didn't call a timeout. Kirby really got away with one by not for that official. Kirby, you can see him doing the thing, but he's yelling. They're clapping,
right?
Calling for the timeout, yelling that they're clapping. How the official doesn't have the wherewithal once the game is stopped to either say, Kirby, you're going to take a timeout, or you're going to take a 5-yard delay of game penalty. Which one do you want to do?
Right.
And we didn't see this. We didn't see the clapping. We're not calling the clapping. You have stopped this football game inadvertently, and really was not penalized for it, Wendy.
Right.
Auburn's got to find a way to get through some of these games. We'll see if they can do it. We shall move on. Wendy, we got to get to this week. You got anything else? Arkansas gave Tennessee a little bit. Tennessee ended up winning the game 34-31. South Carolina plays a great game down at LSU, but LSU does come out with the win. South Carolina just cannot find the offense to really hang with anybody. And they've got a big game this week. Anything from last week, or we're going to move on to next week?
Real quick, because I know you've got 1,000 things to do. That Arkansas-Tennessee game was closer than it should have been. Bobby Petrino may be able to do something with this Arkansas team. And I'm going to tell you what, Tennessee is getting out of these games. So is Alabama. I mean, Alabama and Tennessee, very similar. Tennessee scoring more points. definitely scoring more points. But, these games are really close. That's why I think this week's discussion is going to be a little bit iffy. I mean, it's not like Tennessee's blowing anybody out. It's not like Alabama's blowing anybody out. You know what I mean? So it'll be interesting. But Tennessee, once again, figured out a way to win the ball game. So coming into Alabama, they're coming off a win. We're coming off a win. You know what I mean?
What was your review of Tennessee's offensive line?
I mean, their offensive line, Trey, I'm always telling you, I always think they grade F. I mean, I'm just telling you. But I'm going to tell you, I turn on the TV. I don't know if that was that 2:30 game. I can't remember. Anyway, I flip over to it. And I'm telling you, every time I turned it over, here's Aguilar throwing a 90-yard pass, and it's caught touchdown. Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, this quarterback can throw a football, and people are out there to catch it. So that much I can tell you right now. I mean, this guy can throw a cannon. He's got a cannon of an arm.
Last week.
Go ahead.
No,
that's it. Well, I did want to bring up, even though you hate talking about it, the Oregon losing to
I'm going to lay on the couch.
Okay. Well, Oregon, Indiana, crazy game, but honestly, y'all, I didn't think Indiana had it in them, but they did. So I don't know. I'm starting to think Oregon might be overrated every single solitary week. You know what I mean? Like, they always want to build up these teams. Here comes Indiana whooping everybody, and it's Indiana, and they were good last year. So, I mean, we'll see how it looks. But Trey, this is ridiculous. Okay, now I'm back. Here's the thing. It is a football podcast. We're supposed to talk about football. God. I mean, I know you're in a hurry, Trey. You're flying through this thing. My creativity's down. You're flying through it. You can't think of the words because you're thinking about other things, which, Trey, I know it's a busy day. But the fact that we're even getting it done this week is a miracle.
Wendy, I will comment on Oregon. That poor quarterback, every time I watched that Oregon game, it looked like the Oregon quarterback was getting up like an 80-year-old man. I mean, they blasted that poor kid, or either he can't take a hit.
Right.
Kirk Cignetti's got him going. Wendy, let's move on to this week.
Okay.
Another full slate of games. I guess where I'm going this, we got to maybe talk before and figure out like what games we really want to dial in. There's some of these games I'm just mentioning because I'm mentioning them. I don't know but I don't know which ones you want to talk about either. I don't know. We might could get a little bit more organized.
We've never been organized. And 3 or 4 years in, we're not organized. We're not going to get organized, Trey.
All right, I'm gonna go down the list, and I'm gonna let you say what you want about each game, Wendy. We've got the LSU Bengal Tigers playing the Vanderbilt Commodores at 11 o'clock Saturday. Wendy, take it away.
Calling for Vanderbilt. Y'all know that I always think LSU is overrated. I think this quarterback's overrated. Poor guy. I think he's all in his head. I don't think they know what's going on. I'm calling for Vanderbilt by 14.
Vandy's actually a favorite in this game, which is just strange to look at. You have the Oklahoma Sooners licking their wounds, headed into South Carolina. Enter Sandman. It's an 11:45 game, Wendy. All times are central. Can Oklahoma get back up on the horse and take care of South Carolina?
Well, they need to, and I'm going to say I think it depends on the quarterback.
No, I didn't know. Hold on. We don't know if they need to. We know will they or won't they.
Okay, here's the deal. I'm calling for South Carolina because, by God, one time South Carolina's going to win a game, they're going to beat the Oklahoma Sooners, period, by 7.
By 7. Okay. Yeah, Oklahoma's really, this is where the SEC is real. You play Texas. I know they were in your conference for a long time, but now you're going to go on the road and play South Carolina.
That's right.
You're not going on the road to play Kansas. You're not on the road to play Kansas State or whoever some of these teams you had after Texas in years prior. Yeah, I agree with you. Oklahoma should be able to get back on the horse. You have Texas A&M versus the Arkansas Razorbacks. A lot of red in that game, Wendy.
Okay, is that game at Arkansas?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to keep pulling against Texas A&M because I'm convinced they still have 4 games to lose because this is what Texas A&M does. I'm going for Arkansas, man. I think Arkansas's got a really good shot of winning this game. I think it's close, but I think they win it by a field goal. I think Arkansas will pull out this game.
Arkansas, it'd be a big win for Arkansas. Ole Miss versus the Georgia Bulldogs in a headbangers ball at 2:30 over in Sanford Stadium. Once again, it seems like Kirby Smart has to always call out for his fans to be there and be loud. It's like a trend. I don't know. But anyway, does Ole Miss have anything for the Georgia Bulldogs? Ole Miss won last year, Wendy.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't know if this quarterback, I'm not saying Lane Kiffin's great. I think they've got good athletes. I just don't know if this quarterback's it. They've not really played anybody this year, guys. I mean, they really, really haven't, in my
They
opinion,
beat
yet.
LSU.
I don't think LSU is good. I think they're terrible. So I don't count that. So here's my thing. Abby, I love you. Our niece went there. She graduated from there. But I actually think Georgia's got. I think Georgia's got Ole Miss. This quarterback's not been in a big game like this, and I don't think they've got the athletes this year. But I don't think they have the quarterback this year to beat them.
Yeah, two of the best coaches in the country, no doubt, hands down. I think
Yeah,
it's going to be a really good chess match. I agree with you. Ole Miss doesn't seem that just doesn't seem they'll be able to handle the physicality of Georgia. But
yeah.
once again, Ole Miss could do something. I'm still looking for Georgia to win the football game. Wendy, Texas versus Kentucky. Texas riding high on the horns, and they go to Kentucky at 6 p.m.
Yeah, and they're gonna beat Kentucky. Like Kentucky, they're talking about firing their coach. Kentucky ain't got nothing this year. Kentucky's going to lose to Texas.
I want to look at that just a little bit closer, Wendy. I don't have any proof of this, but if Texas is not as good as you think they are, and that same team shows up to Kentucky, can Kentucky find some magic? Big emotional win for Texas last week.
Mm-hmm.
We know Kentucky's not that good, but watch this game. Watch this
Okay.
game is all I'm going to say. Wendy, Missouri at Auburn. We'll save Alabama to
Yeah.
last. Missouri plays Auburn at 6:45 at Jordan-Hare, the jungle. Can
Well,
Auburn figure it out or not?
probably
The
not. I
Auburn
mean,
football Tigers.
Auburn football Tigers. Well, I think I read something. Two people have left the team. Trey, I honestly think Auburn might be falling apart at the seams. Like I really think that locker room is in complete and total disarray. Um, I would love to see Auburn meet Missouri. I'd like to see Auburn win a game. I mean, like I said, I think they have one of the best fan bases in the country. You guys show up whether you're winning, losing. It's amazing what Auburn fans do, in my opinion, for their football team. I really believe that. They've always been that way. I really respect them. But I just feel like that team is falling apart. And honestly, I think Missouri has a better chance of bouncing back. I think they know they've got to win out. They've still got a shot of doing something at the end of the year. So I see Missouri beating Auburn.
What?
Yes, Missouri
You
is
see
going to beat Auburn.
Missouri beating Auburn?
Yes.
It will not happen. It ain't even close. Auburn will win this football game,
Okay.
if not by 10 points, possibly more. Missouri's quarterback is not that good. And I'm not trying to bang on the kid. I'm really not. These guys are playing as hard as they can play. Just when I saw last week, this guy looks out for a pass, and it's like, if this first guy ain't open, I think he sees the back of his offensive shoulder pads. I don't know that he actually sees what's going on. That's an opinion. I think Auburn is pretty good, especially
Do you think Auburn can stop their running back like we did?
Yeah, no question. No question about it. No question about it. Now, here's where Hugh Freeze has to be a coach, okay? You want to make $26 million and play golf 47 times a year and have all these quotes and all these sayings and be all fluffy. How about A, you got to save your team, like you said, when you got a couple players that aren't on the team anymore. B, you got to get them fired up. And C, you got to get your offense in order. I mean, get the thing figured out. And if I'm an Auburn fan, that's what I want to see. How do you not have something that we can do good?
Right.
Almost even if the other team knows what we're going to do, we can at least produce on the play. That's what we want to see. Auburn's going to get a big win this weekend. Get everybody calmed down a little bit. Wendy, we get to the third Saturday in October, and it is the Alabama Crimson Tide Roll.
Man.
The Tennessee Volunteers making their way from the Rocky. It's not the Rocky Mountains. What mountains are out there, Wendy?
That's the Smoky Mountains.
That's the Smoky Mountains. They'll be coming down into Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium at 6:30 at night.
Yep.
Does Tennessee have anything for the Crimson Tide?
Well, they do. I mean, they have something for us. Alabama's biggest advantage this week is it's home. Like, right? It's a home game. Trey, some of my big concerns is Tennessee scoring a lot of points. Okay, they scored a lot of points against Georgia. They scored a lot of points against Mississippi State. They scored a lot of points against Arkansas. Alabama has not scored that many points. I mean, the highest. I mean, other than the cupcake game, I'm not talking about Wisconsin and We've not gone over 30. Does that make sense? Little concerned about that. Like I'm actually really concerned, not just a little concerned. Here's the thing: at the end of the day, Tennessee's been pretty consistent all year. Sure, they've had some games where they've really had to figure out how to do it, but they have. In years past, Tennessee would be in those close games and lost those close games. It's like they couldn't figure out how to get over the hump and then win the close games. Well, they have figured that out. Heupel has figured that out. Athlete for athlete, I think we match up pretty well. I think we've got a better receiving core than they do. But as far as quarterback, Trey, I mean, I think Aguilera's probably thrown a few more interceptions, but not that many. It just feels like this year they're really equally matched. You know what I mean? That's just what it feels like. And so when you have a very equally matched team, I want to start the game, start fast, score fast. You know, we've got to have the ball. Like we've got to maintain time of possession. We've got to get the ball more than they get. Obviously, that's football, right? Having the ball more than they have the ball. And Trey, our biggest problem all year has been scoring in the red zone. I think I yell every weekend. We get all the way down here, we're kicking for 3. We get all the way down here, we're kicking for 3. We have to score in the red zone. 7 points, not 3 points, with a kicker who cannot kick it outside the 40. Like, we've got to score in the second half when we're in the red zone. We're fine to do it in the first half, Trey, but it's like we get in the second half and we cannot score 7 points. So, I mean, I'm a nervous wreck. I mean, I don't know if anybody can tell through TV, but I'm a nervous wreck. Like, I've stayed busy all week trying to find stuff to do just to make the days go by. I almost wish, I'm like Trey, I almost wish it was an 11 or 3:30 game. The night environment will be amazing up there, though. I mean, there's nothing better than a big SEC rival night game. But, you know, Trey, we're going to have to play really well to beat Tennessee. We got some advantages, and our biggest being that it is in Tuscaloosa. What do you got? I mean, I'm still nervous. I can talk for an hour.
Wendy, it's all about pluses and minuses. Wendy,
yeah.
Plus and minus. Okay, let me give you some of my pluses. My pluses is this is second year Kalen DeBoer has played Josh Heupel in Tennessee. Okay, it's the second year for this staff. Most of these players were there last year. They're a little bit more familiar with what Tennessee brings. The other plus is it's at Bryant-Denny Stadium, okay? Those are two really big pluses in my opinion. You know, you look at some minuses, and I think some minuses are we've had a hard time scoring in the red zone. We have got Jam Miller. It does not look like he's going to play. And to be honest with you, I hope he doesn't play.
Yeah.
You know, you see these kids get knocked out. They need several weeks.
Yes.
I mean, at the minimum.
Yes.
Before these kids get back out here, you know, Jam, just take your time and get healed up, man.
Yep.
We'll handle this. You know, we'll handle this just fine. Those are the pluses to me. The other plus is I think Alabama's got a really good group of guys. They're all, you know, our team looks motivated. I think the minuses are Tennessee throws a good deep ball. We have a lot of guys looking in the backfield, and the deep ball could be an issue.
Yeah.
You know, so the game's all about pluses and minuses. Wendy, you know, Ty Simpson, a lot is put on Ty Simpson's shoulders. Now, if Jam Miller's not in the game, even more is going to be put on Ty Simpson's shoulders. You know, two really good football teams. I can't believe the line is, I think it's 8 points. I still look for Alabama. This is one thing that worries me. I'm going to go ahead and break it off. I've heard more and more talk over the week of when was the last time Tennessee won in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
And I think it was like 2003, but I don't know what it is. Every time I turn on the radio, Wendy, somebody's talking about that stuff. Like I'll listen to the radio for 5 minutes, or a podcast that I listen to for 5 minutes, and that is brought up.
Right.
Those little weird things happening during the week makes me a little sus.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And listen, here's the thing. At the end of the day, we got to win out. I mean, we might be able to afford a loss here and there, but I'm just telling you, it doesn't need to be against Tennessee. Tennessee's a bigger rival in my mind than a lot of people outside of the SEC realize. Tennessee and Alabama has always been a pretty big but I don't mean to interrupt you, Wendy, but let's make sure what everybody understands. Wendy lived in Tennessee for 20 years.
Yes. I've lived up there. I've been up there a lot. Tennessee people do not like the Alabama Crimson Tide.
They do not at all.
It's not like they don't like us this week. Like
no.
they don't. I've been in church up there listening to preachers talk about Alabama and Alabama football.
Yeah,
and I say that a little tongue in cheek, but make no mistake about it. Tennessee does not like Alabama people, and I swear, Wendy, I grew up around here, and I don't. They seem to not like us more than we don't.
More than we don't like that. Agreed. Now, some of that, Trey, is that Tennessee doesn't really have an in-state rival. Okay, let me back that up. Vanderbilt is there, yes, but until the last 2 years, there were more Tennessee fans at a Vanderbilt game than there were. Vanderbilt hadn't really counted until the last 2 years. So I think this rivalry has been around a long time because there's just not been an in-state. For Alabama, we've got Auburn. We've got an in-state rival. Over there in Cowtown, we do this every year. And you're right. They don't like us. And some of it's that we beat them a lot. I mean, the other stat that I've heard a lot, I'll tell you this is funny. For I don't know how many years it was, how many every years we beat them in a row. And don't get me wrong, they've beat us 10 years. Like it's kind of gone back and forth with Tennessee. But now the new narrative is Tennessee's beat Alabama the last 3 out of the 4 years.
If they win Saturday.
If they win Saturday. So, here's the thing. At the end of the day, we've got to play good football. I think Ryan Grubb has really good schemes to figure this thing out, but I'm with you. They're going to throw these deep balls. If I'm Heupel, I'm throwing it deep every time. Make their guys do it. Make their guys protect it. I mean, figure it out.
Listen, if I'm talking to our team just straight up, at some point these people don't like you, and what are you going to do about it? If I'm a player, now you have to do your job and all this other stuff, but understand these people do not like you. They think they're better than you, and they want to beat you. What are you going to do about it, Wendy? It comes down to a little bit of a who wants it more. Wendy, give me the score prediction, and we're about to roll.
Well, I mean, I'm not going over 30 because we've not figured out how to do it, but I'm going to tell you this. I think we've got to score more than 30 points to beat Tennessee. My score prediction is 37-32 Alabama.
Whoa.
What's yours?
I am going to go. I agree with you. I'm sticking with 28. I mean, I'm sticking with 28.
Well, it's worked.
It's worked.
It's worked.
If I think Alabama wins the game 28, maybe 28-24. But I agree with you, Whitty. I could probably see some scoring in this game, especially if they start trying to really throw the ball deep. Looking for Alabama to pull out the victory. I'll be pulling hard for the Tide, and I hope everybody out there will be. I hope y'all have a great weekend. Wendy, you got anything else before we get off?
That's it. Roll Tide. Let's beat the Vols this week, guys. Tennessee Hate Week. Let's do it.
That's right. Everybody out there, thank y'all for listening. Wendy, I'll actually see you in about an hour. You're going to help with the party. And we will see all you guys later. Have a great weekend. Love you, Wendy.
Love you. Roll Tide.
All right, Roll Tide.